Bam, hope this is Crappie. Yeah, feels like one. Oh yeah. Guys, I catch so many bass, y'all see me? I don't show them all to you, but I catch so many bass sometimes, that's why I guess. And I'm gonna tell you what, some of these smaller bass that are 8 to 10 inches feel like a crappie coming in, if you catch a nice crappie. The last trip I caught a nice one. I meant to put it on Facebook and I haven't stopped and done it. I've been working this week, guys. I'm off today because it looks like it's going to rain. And I'm painting outside. Actually, I'm staining the deck. And I called the guy this morning. I said, I'm not going to stain your deck today. He said, okay, I understand. I said, because it looks like rain. I said, they're not calling for rain, but it looks like rain. Boy, that's a nice fish. Look at that, guys. That's on the smoke remelt swimbait. That's a real nice fish, guys. He's probably, he's not 13, but he's right at 13. All right, on the swimbait. Now in the fall, guys, the reason I pulled the swimbait out this morning, on the fall, a lot of times the water's starting to cool off. The water is 71. I was out, today is Tuesday. I was out Saturday, excuse me, yeah. I was out Friday and the water was 74. It rained all Friday night, all day Saturday. Water has a little color to it. Wind, we had a lot of wind. Some of y'all have asked me how we made it through it. Yeah, we had a lot of wind. I had to rake up my yard. There's pieces of trash off the trees. You know, little limbs broke up. Because I got so many trees in my yard, like this house is, how they got trees everywhere. I got that many too. So I had a lot of debris to rake up because I don't have much grass. They don't have any grass either. That's how my yard is. My yard's mostly trees. I picked a lot of limbs up, that type of thing. All right, and I've had 16 trees removed from my property. Yeah, and I still got a bunch of trees. They just knocked enough trees out to put the house on the lot, guys, is all they done. I don't know why people do that. I like trees too, but man, you got to put up all the limbs and the trash. Every time we get a hurricane like that or a storm, you worry about a tree falling on your house. I've had one fall on my house about 10, 12 years ago. Yep, tore up one corner of the house. I had to fix it. So I've had one fall on a truck. I lost a Dodge truck, work truck, ladder rack and everything. Smashed it all to pieces, sliders and everything. Destroyed it all. I've had I've had 2 trees fall on my property from storms. All right, guys, let's see if I can come up with another one. I'm fishing an old road bed. You can see the road coming in over there. Okay, way over there. It comes all the way across right here, and it turns right here, and it goes out right there, inside that shed. See where it blacked off is from the old road. I'm just running the road bed right now, looking for fish. They will hang out on it because it's got an edge drop, right? When you got an old road, you got an edge drop. Just like that bank right there with them bushes on it, it's dropping up the road. You got the same thing all the way across here. I have fished this many times. I just run the road bed, looking for anything on the road bed. All right, guys, I moved from that road bed. There was a lot of carp and stuff there too, but I think most of those fish I was after there, a lot of them were sunfish, brim, yellow breast. They mix in right there with the crappie, and they're on that road bed and on stumps and stuff. I fooled with them for a little bit, got a bunch of bumps. Finally, I said, that's it, I'm moving. I moved a long ways too, guys. That's a fat little fella, he's about 10 inches. This is on the fry in the remelt color, remelt smoke. All right, and guys, I hadn't planned on putting them on the site in the remelt colors. I just showing y'all that the remelt colors catch fish. Somebody's comment, I think it was Donnie, said he's been doing good with the remelt lime and remelt motor oil. I've done good with all of them. I fished them all before I put them on the site, guys. Bam. I think I got another one. Yeah, dude. Stand up on the front here, guys, where I can get room to swing my rod and get back in there over my trolling motor and my pole. Now, that's the bad thing about having a trolling motor and that post with that depth finder on it. It's hard to backhand up there, and I don't have enough room here to cast from the right. It's too tight. I stand on the very front. And I do that a lot. I stand on that very front a lot. That's a nice little fish there, too. A nice little fish. Y'all get that? Okay, that's on the fry. Remelt. I went to the fry, guys. I had that rod all the way rigged up. All I had to do was stick him on there. And I'm throwing a 116 because it's windy. You can see it's windy. Anytime it's windy, I get a little heavier. I like a 132nd all the way around. It's probably my favorite thing. But if it's windy, if I'm fishing over 10 or 12 foot deep, I go to a 116th. And that's no weight at all. I watched, who was I watching? When the Brad put out Crappie Connection, he put a 1/2 ounce weight on his line. I think he said he had 12-pound spider wire. I think he said he had 8 or 10-pound leader. I think it was 10 pound, and he put a 1/2 ounce weight on it, and then a 1/16 like ounce jig head. But he's just dropped me down in front of him. Said a 1/2 ounce weight gets him down right now. Yeah, so I'm fishing totally a different way. I'm casting. When you, I don't even have a jigging rod with me, guys. As long as I rod I have with me, this is 7 foot. It's 7 foot. I'm not fishing. As you can see, it's 8 foot here. I'm just gonna make a sucker here now, and I'm gonna throw in some stumps and some stuff. I fished here the other day, and I showed y'all some stuff that was here. Some of it's stumps. When they left stumps here, you can see the root balls. They just cut them off and left them. They're nasty looking. Some of them are fork stumps, and you can see the roots. Sometimes if you get close enough, you can see the roots coming up and curling up where they washed out in. That's lake field. So some of these stumps here are really nasty, and the crappie just love that, right? Everything loves it. They can get down those root balls and stuff. And there's some scattered brush. Some people have put brush here and it's almost gone. They put it around the docks and the coves. Like I said, I know it's somewhere around that point right there. So where I was fishing there at the roadbed, there was a stump. And the stumps on the edge of the roadbed are going through. That's what I do. I just went a good little ways looking for a stump. And there's 5 cedar trees there on the right side. They had none on them. They're in 12 foot. They had nothing on them. I've never caught but 1 or 2 crappie off those cedar trees. Yeah, isn't that something? You would think they'd be full of it. I don't know who put them there, and I don't know if you could move them. I was thinking about it when I was fishing them. If you could make yourself a grab hook, and get down in there and pick them up and move them. They're just not in the right spot. They're not drawing anything. I've probably caught 5 crappie off of them in 2 or 3 years. Well, that's what I was saying. A lot of them were small, and a lot of them I think are sunfish. You just got to get lucky enough to find a big. Now I've seen a couple of big crappie. They got close to me here all ago. They got like 25 feet from the boat, and I could tell they was pretty good sized crappie. They were probably at least 10, 12 inches. I'm gonna say in that area. I don't know. Hard to tell exactly on the depth finder. But they followed me along, and then they went on. They're just kind of roaming, guys, a lot too, and they went on out through there somewhere. So, and there's some scattered stuff here. You see there. You see a lot of those are sunfish. That's why I've been throwing. See, there's some scattered fish. If y'all can see them, I forgot my body weight position. See, there's 2 there at 50 feet out there. See, there's a little bit of something right there on the bottom. It ain't very big. There might be 2 or 3 fish on that. So there's scattered stuff around in here. A lot of it's old brush. It's rotten, where homeowners have put in. You know, most time you got docks, you got something out in front of it, and someone throws something out, and it don't last but a few years, and they might have done gave up on fishing, or somebody else done bought the property, so they haven't added to it. Or they go like, every time I turn around, there's a blue boat sitting out there fishing my brush, so I'm not going to put any more of it out. But I have been fishing this for years, guys. Like I say, it used to be a lot of stuff out in here. And it's not much now. Some little piles was done rotted up. They say a lot of it is stumps. You can see the stumps on this point right here. You can look down the water and see the stumps, and the water's decently clear. And on that next point up there. And I've caught them off crappie off of those stumps too. All right, guys. This is a crappie. Well, now you're becoming easy. He was fighting so hard, unless he's just playing me here to get to the boat and make a run. He fought hard. And I thought, man, that's crappie. He was fighting. I mean, he wore out, didn't you? He was fighting hard. He had my rod doubled. And I thought, my gosh, buddy, you must be a bass. He's a decent one though. He's probably 10 he's probably 10 3/8. You was fighting hard. Yeah, he didn't take line, but I got 2 pound test, guys, on this rod. He tore my bait a little bit. He didn't take line, but my gosh, I was expecting him to. I was expecting the line to reel to squirrel at any time. That's how hard he was pulling. They get mad sometimes, don't they? What did he put in my face? Did he stick something in my face? All right, guys, I just re-rigged it on there. Sometimes if you tear that nose a little bit, scoop back in there and go down, 1/8 of an inch further than you did in the bait, and you can get other fish too out of it. Gosh, why am I telling y'all that? When you tear a bait up, best thing just throw it on the bottom of the boat, reach in your bag and get a new one. And if you're getting low, look here. Now, I put this in a video the other day. Look how much line I had out, guys. But I had about 2.5 foot of line out, and I just done this like this and was talking to y'all. And when I went to pick it up, I had a fish. That's one of them stinking bass. What? These spotted bass, guys, they're taking over this lake. They tell us to kill them because there's so many in here. I done this the other day. I laid my rod down there and was talking to y'all about a fish. And when I was doing it, my rod started jumping. And it was a little bass. Oh, this is a small guy here. Still throwing the 1.5 inch, guys, fry. They seem to like the fry better today than they do the shiner. Like I said, I caught the first one on shiner. I have had a lot of bites on the shiner, but I've seemed to be catching more on the fry. All right, guys, stopped here at this dock, throwing the shiner. This is the Remelt smoke. For some of y'all that, I know sometimes y'all like me, I dump through videos sometimes. He's about 9.5. Just trying to see if I could come up with another one on the old shiner. Shiner has great tail action, guys. That little tail on that thing just goes to town. It just wobbles and kicks. A lot of people have bought it, made comments with it later on. Man, that thing got a good swimming action. And yeah, you can vertical jig, you can pop it like that and let it sink. They'll hit it on the fall a lot of times. Because when it's falling, the tail is still swimming. Bam. There's another one on the old shiner. Bam. He's about 10 inches. Shiner. All right, guys, 2 casts later, I got another one. These fish are still not easy to catch. Like the ones on the road bed, I knew there was a lot of small fish there. Wasn't that many really crappie there. But they're still not easy to catch, guys. Like I said, I've seen, well, I caught that first crappie where we started the video. There was a few there. Well, I caught the first one off this dock down here below me. It was about 12 or 14 there. And I caught 2 of them. And I spent quite a bit of time with them. They still want to follow it a while. And as Brad says, they want to lick it. That's a new term. I have to start using that more. I think that's funny. But, yeah, they're still trying to do that. It's going to change. The water is 72. Last, when I was out, all right, there you go, guys. That's the bait I put back on there. So I got another fish out of it. He's probably pushing 11 inches. He ain't quite 11. He's probably in that area. He's probably 10 and 11/16. But anyway, there was quite a few fish there. 10 or 15 maybe, I don't know, in that area. I could tell it was some there. I caught 2 of them and they quit. The rest of them would just follow me. They're still like that. They're still real funny. And you know, black crappie's famous for that too. These are black crappie. You catch 2 or 3 out of school and they'll quit on you. They're just like, nah, we've seen what happened to our buddies or something. You know, they catch on to you guys. I reckon they're not, you know, they live in that water. They exist. I'm not saying they're smart. You can't say they're smart, but they know how to react to their surroundings. I reckon it's the best way to say it. They know how to act to their surroundings. If you see a big catfish come in, we see that a lot on the live scope. We'll see a big catfish come up around the brush pile or a dock or a big bass. They'll tighten up real tight, and they won't pay any attention to you at all. And once that fish leaves, and after been a little bit, you can catch them up. But while that fish is there, very seldom you'll catch one of them to bite you. They see him, they know he's there. They're trying to hide. They're trying to stay in a group, you know. Maybe in a group they think they look big. You know, I don't understand fish that much, but I would think that's why they school get really tight. So they're like one big mess, and you know, there's safety in a school. So when you catch a few out of a school, they just quit on you. They're like that. Now, in the winter time, in the fall when the water gets colder, they get more aggressive. In the spring, after spawn, this is what I hear all the time. Y'all heard me say this many a time. I will repeat myself in the spring. People ask me this all the time. Dennis, you're a big crappie fisherman. When is crappie season start? And this would be February, guys. I'm going, well, I'm catching 25, 30 a trip. What? I'm catching crappie. Well, the season ain't come in. I said, no, season's year round. Here's what you mean. When are the crappie easy to catch? That's what you're asking me, right? Yeah, when can I go down the bank and start casting and catch them? I said, that's during the spawn. That's in March. Yeah, usually they say when the dogwood's blooming. I said, yeah, that's about right. When you see the dogwoods blooming or the redbud trees blooming here, crappie have started moving shallow. And that's what they're saying. When the crappie are deep, when they're deeper, or when they're out here in open water, they're hard to catch. When they move in on these docks and start sitting around these docks to lay eggs and these stumps, like I said, this point here is loaded with stumps. That point over there, you can just ride that stump field and throw at those stumps with the bait and catch fish. Beetle spins, a lot of guys here throw beetle spins. I've caught them on beetle spins, but that's not my favorite thing. I just soon throw the swim bait with a beetle spin, that type of thing. But anyway, that's what they're talking about. Well, it's not like that now, but it will get like that sooner or later. When that water finally cools off enough, the fishing will get better. Somebody commented, I think it was Randy, he said it's still tough where he's at. Yeah, it's not going to get better until the water cools off. It's trying to cool off. It's dropped, since the last time I was out here, it dropped 2 degrees. It was 75, 74 when I was out just a few days ago. I think I was out Friday. Yeah, today's Tuesday. It was 74. And last Saturday, it was 84. So yeah, it's dropped 12 degrees, guys, in about 10 days. Today, y'all notice I got a long sleeve shirt on? It's 65 degrees. And when the boat moves and you arrive from one spot to the next, that cools you off. That's why I got a long sleeve shirt on. And this wind's blowing. I haven't got hot, I'll tell you that. All right, guys, appreciate y'all. Hope I don't make this video too long. Just sharing with you. Some of you tell me that you like it when I share a couple things with you, so I try to do that once in a while. Check out the swim baits. Fall's a great time to be throwing this little swim bait. That's probably what I'm going to put in the video title. Throwing these in the fall. I know the actually day of fall is not here yet. October the 1st is this weekend. That's right. But the water is cooling, guys. So as this water cools, the swim baits get to be pretty active. That little tail just gets it going, guys. That's what they like about it. All right. It moves real easy if you haven't tried them. This is the 1.5 inch fry. And I have the 2 inch bait I was throwing. And let me pick one up here real fast. This is the 2 inch bait. It's real thin. It moves easy. And this is the Chaos. It's 2.5. It moves real easy too. It's ribbed. Pushes a lot of water. All right, guys, check them out. I got 3 swim baits. And I have a grub too. So there's some things you can throw in the fall for moving around brush piles, stumps. They'll come back shallow for a little bit before they go back deep again. That's my favorite time, guys, when they get back in about 12 to 16, 18 foot and get on some of these channels, because they school up in schools of 50 or more sometimes. All right, guys. Fishing Lake Country Dennis. Appreciate y'all guys watching. Really do. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. See you next time.